What's up, everyone? Welcome to a True Underground Story podcast, hosted by Overlooked Artist Hosting. I'm your host, Timmy Burner, and today I'm with King Spade, the God. Tell the people a bit about yourself, King Spade. Where are you from?
I'm from Sydney, Ohio. I was born and raised here. When it comes to music wise, I think I've been writing music since I was about I say 11 or 12, and I think I started taking it serious around when I was 15 or 16. That's when I really started recording and shit, and then taking it seriously.
What was your childhood like growing up?
I mean, it wasn't terrible. I mean, I mostly had my mom. Me and my dad, I mean, we have a relationship, but it's not, it's tight. I went to Sydney schools all my life. I graduated. I almost didn't because I did not like school, but we ended up getting a diploma.
So you said you started writing about 10 or 11, started taking things seriously around the age of 15. When did you come about your stage name, King Spade, the God, and how did you come up with it?
Me and my boy, he's a barber now. Shout out my dog, boy Ace. We had this little group. It was me, my brother, and then it was me, him, my brother, and someone else I forget. And it was this little Spade group. It was corny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, and at the time, I called myself Prodigy, and I was like, I wanted something, that says dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like every single time it comes to your path, okay, this dude's me, or talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So we already had the Spade thing going on. So I was like, what's higher than a king and what's higher than a god? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna put it together. And that's how that came about.
What kind of music did you grow up listening to, whether it was shit you seeked out or the shit your parents had you listening to?
Growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of a metalhead. I fuck with a little bit of Slipknot, and I didn't start getting into rap until I was 14, 13, 14. But I country, metal, and then that's when I finally started getting into rap and shit.
Who was probably the first rap artist that kind of caught your attention?
T Grizzly. Most definitely T Grizzly. One of the hardest out of Detroit. That man is a goat.
So what made you want to start pursuing making music? At since you started writing at
Um,
11, what kind of made you want to start pursuing to make it?
well, at first, I mean, the passion and the love for it was already there, but once I started looking at other industry artists and I seen the kind of money that could be made in this path, I was like, yeah, I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
What did your mom and your dad and your friends think when you told them you were going to start taking music seriously and start making music and trying to
Oh, they
make it as a
supported it. They was all over it. They supported it. Those were my number one fans.
Does your mom like the music you make?
Yes. And I
What
even told her, I was like, man, I was like, be honest with me. I was like, keep it real with me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she said she fucked with it.
now your style, you can rap, and then you started doing melodic, and you're teasing a song where you'll be singing
Fact.
solely. What made you want to try and be versatile and having more than one lane?
Well, when you look at a lot of artists, there's artists that's coming up, and then there's artists industry artists. I don't like I don't like making the same song over and over. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that make this music sound the exact same, and I like experimenting with my voice, and I like knowing seeing what I can do. I like being versatile with my sound.
Who's your Hollywood or celebrity crush you got?
Chanel Westcoast, boy, all over that. That's my wife. That's my baby mama, my BM. Stop playing with it.
You're taking Chanel Westcoast over Yes Jules.
Boy, all day. Shout out Jxve, but he on bullshit. Yes, Jules. Boy, you better get on with that shit.
I gotta ask, man. What's I gotta ask.
Oh boy.
What's with the MILFs fascination, my guy?
What's with the MILF fascination? Bro, listen, you should be able to answer that question on your own. Come on now.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I like some MILFs, but you take that shit to a whole nother level. You even wear a
Well,
shirt that says it.
You feel what I'm saying? Bro, we was on vacay, and we was at Myrtle Beach, and I was just walking down, and they had these little mannequin things at the front of the store. And that's what the mannequin was wearing was I Heart MILFs. I was like, bro, so it's meant to be. It's meant to see this.
So I got a quick game here called Hit or Miss.
I bet.
We got some albums that have released over the last year and a half. And you'll tell me if it was a hit or a miss for you.
Okay.
If you haven't heard it, just say pass.
Okay.
Got Me vs. Me, NLE Choppa.
I'll give it a hit.
Coi Leray's Trendsetter.
Miss. That was a hard miss for me.
Drake's Certified Lover Boy.
Boy, hit. Hit all the way, hit.
Drake's Honestly Never Mind.
Nah. I mean, like, listen, when it comes to that specific album, so, like, me, I wasn't a fan of it, but Drake always looks at, like, what's going to be popping within, like, the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, now they're hating on it, but years from now, they're going to call that shit a classic. Guaranteed I'm putting money on it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. I mean, he crushed all sorts of records with that album. You got Benny the Butcher's Tana Talk.
Pass.
J. Cole's The Off Season.
That was a hit.
Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers.
It's a miss for me just because Kendrick's style, it just isn't for me. I'm not saying it's trash, but yeah, it's not for me. Miss.
All right, that's fair. Gunna's DS Forever.
There's only like one song on there I like. Miss.
7220 Lil Durk.
Ooh, that was a hit. That was definitely a hit. Definitely.
Rap God Montana of 300.
Pass.
Colors Young Boy Never Broke Again.
Hit. It was all right. Hit.
CM10 by Yo Gotti.
Pass.
Back for Everything Kodak Black.
Miss.
Melt My Eyes See Your Future Denzel Curry.
Pass.
Bible 5 Foreign.
That's a hit. I fucked with that.
Half T, Half Beast, T Grizzley.
Yeah. Hit. Hit. Hit.
I Never Liked You, Future.
Yeah, that has some hits on it. Yeah. Yeah. Hit. Hit.
Shiesty Season by Pooh Shiesty.
No. Miss. Entirely miss.
Come Home, The Kids Miss You, Jack Harlow.
I'm iffy about that one. Hit. It was all right.
12 Karat Toothache, Post Malone.
Ooh, that was nice. I like that album. Hit. Most definitely hit.
Kaza by Kevin Gates.
Hit. Fucking hit.
Last one, Vinyl Days by Logic.
Pass.
What artist would you say kind of like influenced your sound and style?
Growing up at first, it was definitely T Grizzley. Most definitely T Grizzley. And then I got I fucked with a lot of Lil Durk too. I've been listening to Lil Durk probably since like 2011, 2012. Durk was nice. Durk was nice, especially old Durk. Um, Tory Lanez, listening to Tory Lanez, especially on some like melodic shit, helps me a lot with my melodies. Those are like my main top three. Them and King Von.
Who would you say is probably your favorite artist right now?
Durk, Lil
Durk?
Durk. Yes, sir, hands down.
So, when searching through like your socials and stuff, what's your relations with Black Trev?
Black Trev, bro. Black Trev was when I was kind of like in my like I was in between like just writing process and wanting to do music. And Trev really put me on. He gave me a lot of opportunities. He gave me like he taught me a lot of stuff musically on like how to handle a fan base, on how to deal with this and that. And he's actually the reason for a lot of the shows that I've performed at. Black Trev is a goat.
And then what's your relations with Jxve? Because I know recently you guys have kind of like made a bond together.
Most definitely. Me and Jxve have worked. I think he dropped an album like 2 years ago. I think 2 years ago, and that's kind of what really got me hip to him. And his sound, his voice is something else. Especially like I'm not even gonna lie to you. When I first got hip to Jxve, I was like, this man uses the fuck out of auto-tune. But then like when I tapped into his live, bro, that shit's just natural, bro. That shit's just there. That dude has a voice, bro. And I think our first song together was Right Now. And I think we got like one unreleased. And ever since then, like he's done a lot of my lyric videos. We got a music video together. And Jxve's a good person all around. He's a good dude.
Who are some artists aside from like Durk and Grizzley that you currently like have in your rotation, whether they're underground or mainstream?
Jxve, my brother Alizé, C Money Baby, most definitely. I've been fucking with some Nardo Wick. Nardo's hard. Him and G Herbo.
You brought up C Money Baby. You've worked with C Money he's been a feature on one of your tracks that we'll discuss later.
Yes,
but you were recently just with him in the last couple of days. What was that like?
Sir. He had made a status yesterday saying that he was doing a music video in Sydney, and I was like, dude, I gotta pull up to that. I was like, that's C Money Baby, and I pulled up, and I was just waiting for him to get there, and then he hit my phone and said he was there, and I went up to him and he dapped me up, and like this is like my first time like ever like meeting him, like we did some business together, but that was just sending a song back and forth. But this was like a one-on-one encounter. And C Money Baby is a very humble individual. He's a really good dude. And to see him in action and how like he does videos and what he does, that shit's inspiring. Most definitely. C Money Baby is a hardworking individual.
So next quick game I've got here, I had you get me some artists earlier to
Okay.
that you would know their discography pretty well. I'm glad then that I found out that you've been listening to Durk for a long fucking time because I wrote down his whole catalog that's on Spotify that goes back to 2012. But I am not naming all these albums, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple off his first like run and then his more recent stuff. I'll have you tell me your favorite to least favorite of the ones I name.
Okay.
We've got Signed to the Streets, Signed to the Streets 2, Remember My Name, 300 Days, 300 Nights, and Lil Durk 2X.
Mm. So you want me to put them in order from least to
Favorite,
least to
least
best?
favorite.
Okay. Okay. Um. Okay. So I'm gonna go Dirk 2 times. Remember my name. Sign to the streets. Sign to the streets 2, and then the other one you just said. I forgot. 300 days, 300 nights.
Okay. Now I'll give you his most recent 6 releases here. We've got Love Songs for the Streets 2,
Okay.
Family Over Everything,
Okay.
Just 'Cause Y'all Waited 2,
Okay.
The Voice, The Voice of Heroes, and then 7220.
Okay. So, see, you just gave me some nice ones, bro. Um. Damn. Damn. He's gonna do me like that. Um. um. I was a fan of Voice of the Heroes. Lil Baby and Lil Durk most definitely did their thing. But for a Durk solo album is not doing better than that. So I'm gonna put Voice of the Heroes at least. I'm gonna do Family Over Everything after the Voice of the Heroes. I'm gonna do The Voice after that. I'm gonna do Just 'Cause Y'all Waited 2 after that. And then the first one you said.
7220.
Yeah. Yeah, that's most definitely his best album. He put a lot of work into that.
Then we got King Von.
Okay.
We've got Grandson, Volume 1, LaVon James,
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to O Block,
Mm-hmm.
and What It Means to Be King.
So I'm gonna put What It Means to Be King at least. The Grandson. Welcome to O Block, and then LaVon James.
Then we've got T Grizzly.
Mm.
We've got My Moment, Bloodas with Lil Durk,
Mm-hmm.
Activated,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll do The Smartest, Built for
Okay.
Whatever, and Half
Okay.
T, Half Beast.
Okay. So I'm gonna do Half T, Half Beast for least. Activated. I'm gonna have to go Bloodas after that one. Bloodas was an underrated album like a motherfucker. I'm not gonna put Bloodas after that. It's too good for third. See, he got me thinking. This is the most thinking I've ever done in a long time. I swear, God. Half T, Half Beast, Activated. Okay, so I'm gonna go the Smartest after Activated, Built for Whatever, and then My Moment. That was one of his hardest albums. Is My Moment.
Then we got Tory Lanez.
Aha, shit.
We're just going to do his last 4 releases. We've got
Okay.
Daystar, Loner,
Okay.
Playboy, and Alone at the Prom.
Alone at Prom is least. You said Playboy was one of them?
Yeah.
Okay. So Alone at Prom, Playboy. These last 2 are hard. Hard as fuck. I'm gonna put Lone Star at number 1. Loner.
Where would you throw Memories if I threw that one in there?
I would switch Alone at Prom and that one and put that one at last.
And then lastly, I've got Jxve, only has the 2 albums
Okay.
out on Spotify. So just tell me which album you liked more. It's Not That Deep
Okay.
or The Dark Side Files.
It's Not That Deep was a problem. I like that album a lot. It's got to be It's Not That Deep. Gotta be. That shit was crazy hard. When he sent that shit to me, I said, son, there ain't no way. Ain't no way.
What's probably been one of your most like favorite features you've given an artist?
That I've done or I got somebody else on?
Both. You can give me both, actually.
Okay. My favorite feature that I got someone else on would probably be C Money Baby. Most definitely. That motherfucker shit on that. I was half-assed disappointed when he sent me back. I was like, you just gonna eat me on my own song like that? Damn. For real, I was like, he just did me so dirty, bro. But I respect it. At least it was done by C Money Baby. That's my favorite feature. And the one I've done is probably that one I did for Cambo. And Andre was on it. It's that Rambo. Oh shit, talking on that.
If money wasn't an option, who would be an artist that you'd really want to like get a feature from?
Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
Dude, he's expensive.
What would you say has probably been the hardest thing for you as an artist?
It took me a long time because, like, when I first started, I was like, all you got to do is, like, know how to record a good song and you're in there. You know what I'm saying? But, like, once I learned about, like, the marketing and the ads and the money you got to put behind the music, if I would have, like, known about that way earlier, I would have had a major head start. But I thought you just had to make, like, good music and you were good. You know what I'm saying? No, there's a lot more you got to do to actually push yourself to the audience that want to hear you.
What would you say has probably been the most rewarding thing for you as an artist?
Probably the views I get on YouTube, because I think when I dropped that Open the Gates lyric video, I got like 2,000 views in one day. That shit was wild.
When I was searching and doing my research, I noticed that you had been reached out to by a producer that wanted to put you on an album he was making.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
How did that go?
How
did that all come about?
I think because that's the one I think I screenshotted and then I posted on the book.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with Stafford Beats. Stafford said he
Yeah.
knew him because I had talked to Stafford about him, and I haven't recorded it yet because he sent me like I don't know how many beats he sent me, and like it's got to be perfect for me. Like I got to know I could do something to this. But we're most definitely still in the works, and I'm gonna get something back to him.
If you had to classify your sound and style to somebody that had never heard your music, how would you kind of describe it to them?
I've had like I think like 4 to 5 people say that like I sound like T Grizzly on some like rap shit, hard rap shit. And they was like, bro, you sound exactly like him, dude. Like I was like, but I never seen it. But I had like 4 or 5 people say that I sound like T Grizzly and I have like a T Grizzly kind of flow. And I was like, I can't argue with that if that's how you feel.
You've gotten to do a few music videos now. I know you're also pretty into getting like lyric video made and stuff. How many music videos that you've actually done?
5, 6, around there.
You've recently got to do some live performances. How many live performances would you say you've gotten to do in the past couple of years?
4 to 5.
Do you remember like that first time performing live, like what you felt?
Yes, half of it was like fear, but like I knew that I couldn't get the fear. Like I knew that, like, if this is what I wanted to do, you know, that, like, this shit comes with it. Like, you know, you got to be able to be out in front of, like, thousands of people, you know, if you eventually get to that level, you know, like, if you can't stand in front of, like, 30 to 50 people, you're not going to be able to stand in, like, in front of thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to get up there and do your thing. And that's what I did. I just went up there. I didn't let the fear get to me, and I just started shit talking. And I loved it.
So the last game I have for you,
Like that.
it's called This or That. I'll present two artists to you, and you'll tell me which one you'd rather listen to riding around in the car.
All right, bet. All right.
We've got G-Unit or Slaughterhouse.
G-Unit.
Cardi B or Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj.
XX Tentacion or Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD.
Machine Gun Kelly, rapper, or Kid Cudi.
MGK.
Mac Miller or Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Kevin Gates or Joyner Lucas.
Joyner Lucas.
Wiz Khalifa or Young Thug.
Wiz Khalifa.
Nelly or Akon.
Ooh. Nelly.
Tory Lanez or Chris Brown.
Ooh. Tory Lanez.
Bruno Mars or The Weeknd.
Bruno Mars.
DMX or Ja Rule.
DMX.
Jay-Z or Nas.
Jay-Z.
Tupac or Biggie.
Pac.
Pusha T or Kanye.
Pusha T.
Lil Wayne or Drake.
Damn. Damn, you thought about these, bro. Probably Wayne.
Gucci Mane or Jxve.
Gucci.
T.I. or Ludacris.
Ooh, Ludacris.
Gunna or G Herbo.
G Herbo.
Young Dolph or Nipsey Hussle.
Damn. Young Dolph. All day.
Outkast or Wu-Tang.
Damn. Damn. He thought about these, bro. Wu-Tang.
Eminem or The Game.
Yeah. Eminem.
50 Cent or Jadakiss.
Jadakiss. All day long. Jadakiss.
E40 or Twista.
Fuck. Oh, shit. These are getting intense. This is a really good one. E40. E40.
The Lox or Dipset.
Dipset.
Goody Mob or Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bone Thugs.
21 Savage or Kodak Black.
21 all day.
Ab Soul or Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy Q.
And then last, J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar.
Cole.
What would you
Most
say is
definitely
more
Cole.
important to you, like in Spotify, your monthly listeners or your followers on there?
monthly listeners.
How many tracks would you say you've kind of like been sitting on that you've got like sitting in the vault?
Around 30.
What would you say is your idea of making it in the music industry?
I would say, being financially stable. I can, have enough money to hold me and my family down, and me and my people. Because the fame, you can keep the fame. I don't want fame. I just want the moolah.
What was Believe the Hype 8? Black Trev had put together like a concert. Had you performed at all the previous ones, or was Believe the Hype 8 and 7 your first two that you did?
I did Believe the Hype 7 and 8, and I think I performed a song I have with Lil Eric the Demon at, I think it was at the fourth or fifth one, but I didn't have like enough music around that time to actually like have a full set. But I think 3 of them.
What was your relationship with Lil Eric the Demon?
I mean, years back, we was cool when we did a song together. That was around the time I was taking it serious. I was about 16, and we did a song together. We did a video, and he was cool people. I had paid him for a feature about a year and a half ago. I mean, we had issues about that, but I mean, he ended up sending it through. So I'm not about to, drag his name in any kind of way. But I mean, we're stable right now. I mean, we're cool.
I noticed, like in photos of you at concerts, you always have a solo cup in your hand. What's your go-to drink?
Henny or Jack. One of the two.
What would be some advice you'd give to younger you, or just like a young kid trying to pursue making music?
Do the research before you just think that you know what you're doing. Because I did no kind of research, and I thought I had everything in the bag. It's like, okay, all you got to do is make a banger-ass song, and you're in there like swimwear. No, that's not how that goes. You need to do your research. So be smarter and actually do your research about the craft that you're trying to do for the rest of your life.
And then before we talk about your discography, my last question is, what's some change you'd like to see in your community?
When it comes, I want to see more help happen, because in my city it's nothing but like druggies. Like you see druggies everywhere around this motherfucker, and I don't like to be the judge and kind of type, but like I want to see people get help. You know what I'm saying? Like, do good for you, do good for yourself.
So starting with your discography here, you had released a single in 2019 called Adolescent. What was like the creative process behind that, and what made you want to like actually put it out on like Spotify and Apple Music?
I think that was the first song that I put on all platforms. Because it has Mox on it. Bro, believe it or not, there was like five to six different samples of that song, bro. 5 to 6. And personally, I'm not a fan of it because like I'm rapping like very slow in it, and like I ended up having like second thoughts about it. I was like, I'm gonna do better than this. But Mox killed that shit. Bodied his verse. That shit was amazing. But on my end, there could have been some changes.
And then you released a track called So Lonely in 2020. What was the process behind that one?
When I made So Lonely, can't even lie, I thought that shit was gonna turn out garbage. Because So Lonely is when I really started like experimenting with my voice, and to see if I can go like, instead of just rapping, to see if I can do on some like melodical shit. And around that time I had a lot of shit going on in my life. And like when I recorded So Lonely, and then like Mox played it back for me, like that shit, the feeling that I got, like it made like the hair on the back of my neck stand up, bro. Like that song changed my entire outlook on life, and it really saved me. So Lonely will always be a special song to me, most definitely.
Then you dropped Fancy Little Thing thing in 2020. What was the process behind that?
I was looking for a female artist for a while, for a long time, because like, you know, I've worked with like other guys, but I was like, you know, like how would a song turn out with, you know, me and a girl? You feel what I'm saying? And I came across Justina, and I went through a little bit of her catalog, and I was like, hell yeah, this girl can sing. I fuck with this. And I had, at the time, I had a beat that Mox sent me, like, and I've had it for like 2 years, like before I even like reached out to Justina, because when it comes to beats, like I was like, how do I explain it? I want it to be perfect. Like, so if I don't get like a feeling in my chest, like, okay, this is the one, I'm not gonna use it. But I like how that shit came into play.
Then also in 2020, you were very active in 2020 and through 2021. You did the Black Spade. Fuck, man, I can't think today. What was the process behind that with Black Jxve?
At the time, I really looked up Black Jxve, and I still do. And I was like, because at that point in time, I mean, we had music together, but it wasn't on all platforms. It was just on SoundCloud, and the music, the song quality of it all, like it wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. So I was like, we need something that like, you know, holds weight to it. So I was like, let's just do a whole tape.
And then you also released The Mood I'm In, which I believe that had a feature, correct?
B Pledge, yeah.
B Pledge.
Yes,
What was
sir.
the process behind that? Because it is kind of like a real hard beat.
So I'm not gonna lie to you. So B Pledge wasn't even supposed to be on it at all. Lil Eric the Demon was supposed to be on that with me, but he never sent back his verse, and I was like, damn. I was like, I want somebody on this, and I was like, I know Pledge. I was like, Pledge is with that, you know, like fast rapping, like kind of shit, because I did the same thing in my verse, and I was like, I need someone that's gonna bring the same kind of pressure, and B Pledge most definitely brought the pressure.
Then you also released the Dynamic Duo tape with Black Jxve. What was the process behind that? Seeing as how you guys had released one the year prior.
During that project, there was a lot of weed smoking, and I think because that project only has like 3 songs, and it didn't take long to do. Like Dynamic Duo probably took us like 2 hours at max, and then we just dropped it.
Then you released Hide and Seek with Justin Sowers. What was the process behind that?
Along with So Lonely, I had a lot going on in my life at that time, and Justin is known for like his sad boy shit. He is definitely good at the sad boy shit kind of music, and I was like, and we were already talking about like getting a song in. I was like, you know what, like fuck talking about it, you know, like let's actually do it, and that's when Hide and Seek was made. That's a good song.
And then you dropped your first single with Jxve, Right Now.
Yes, sir.
How did that come about?
Jxve had actually posted on his Instagram story and said, he said he was doing 50% off. And I said, what? And I was like, slid up, and I was like, how much? And he had told me 500. And I dropped 500, and he had the hook back to me within 12 hours. Did not wait long at all. And I was like, bro, you just come up with this within the matter of a fucking day? Well, that's why I said, like, Jxve, he's an evil genius, an evil scientist. That's how I describe him.
Have you ever thought about trying to do like a project together with Jxve?
Yes, most definitely. I want to be financially to where I can, you know, like put a bunch of money behind it for ads and get it to the listeners, you know, to the people who want to listen to it. But that's most definitely gonna happen in
And
the
then
future.
you dropped 10 deep.
10 deep.
You dropped 10 deep
That
after that with C Money Baby.
Yes, sir. That's probably one of my most favorite songs because I texted T Money Baby on some like random shit and was like, "How much you charge, bro?" And then he told me, and I was like, "For C Money Baby, that's kind of cheap." And I was like, I just jumped in on it, and I didn't have the song recorded. I just knew who I wanted on it. I just had it written, and then I went the next day to record it, sent it off to him, and boom, 10 deep. That's one of my favorite songs. I love that shit.
Then you followed up with Change Up featuring Jxve, where I had shared that music video. You guys shot with Prince Visuals. What was the process behind getting that song put together?
Jxve had hit me up, and this was around the time where he was selling choruses and shit. And I was like, depending on the amount, I was like, let's do something. And then he said that I actually have a hook that you would kill the verses for. And I was like, okay, send it through. He was like, you would just have to buy the beat with it. I was like, that's cool. And Stafford was on the beat. Shout out Stafford. And I bought the beat, and I ended up buying the hook from him. And I was like, yeah, because Jxve always tries to get me to like experiment with my voice and shit because he knows I can do that melodic shit. And so he sent me like a melodic kind of song, and I was like, I got you.
It's a fire song. I definitely say anybody should go check it out because it is a good one.
I appreciate you, bro.
Then you released Problem Child with J.Wright. What was the creative process behind that?
Me and J.Wright was kind of on the same shit. I mean, we always talked about making a song. It just never really came about. And then I got this beat from Mox, and then I was like, bro, I hear J.Wright on this, bro. And I tapped in with him, and I think J.Wright had his verse, but the whole song wasn't even recorded yet. J.Wright threw his verse on there without even like hearing my hook yet. Like he went into that song blind as fuck, and then when he sent it back, I heard his verse, and I was like, okay, this is hard. And then I went to lay down my hook and my verse and shit, and that shit all came together, bro. He was like, just tell me the name of the song. I was like, okay, bet. And he went to that bitch blind, and it still came out crazy.
What was the process behind Open the Gates?
Open the Gate. That's another one of my favorites too. Stafford, he said something about I normally jump on his deals when he was like, like $100 exclusive beats, one exclusive beat. And I was like, how much for a custom one? Like for you to just make it from scratch. And he was like, I'll do it for $300. Okay, cool. And I send the bread through. And normally, like, I'm in the same process with Mox. I'll normally, like, send him a song with, like, a beat I'm rocking with, and he'll sample the fuck out of it and then make it a whole different beat. And then that's what I did with Stafford, and he ended up sending me the beat for Open the Gates back. And I was like, bro, this shit's crazy. Hard. And then it's actually one of Stafford's artists. And Stafford had asked me, he was like, my dude Ewan, he's an artist. He's good on these kind of beats. And he was like, he only does features for like $100 and y'all could work. I was like, fuck it, I'm down. I'm always down with working with new people. And Ewan, he killed that hook. That chorus was crazy.
Then you released Don't Respect Y'all with Young Ease and Stephen Fade. How did that come about with like getting in touch with both of them to collaborate on that track?
I was already hip to Stephen Fade because Stephen Fade has made a lot of artwork for me. So I was already tapped in with him on the artwork side. And we was talking about getting a song in. And I ended up paying him for a hook, and he sent it back. And then Young Eve, we ended up talking, and he was like, do you want to do like song for song? And I was like, I'm down. And then he sent me one through. I knocked out a feature for him. I don't think he's ever dropped it yet. And then that's when I sent him don't respect y'all, I can put a verse on it. And they both killed that shit. I was very satisfied with the song.
Then you dropped What Love Is. What was the process behind that?
That's been me trying to get more into my melodic bag. Shout out Justin on that because he always has me on some sad boy shit. And yeah, that was me just trying to experiment with my voice and see where it goes. And it was successful.
And that brings us to your most recent release, Rare Breed with D Knight. How did that all come about with getting in touch with D Knight and getting him to do a hook for you?
I went through D Knight's discography, and he had some songs that I really liked, and we was supposed to work like a few months prior before me even getting him on Rare Breed. I just didn't have the bread for the feature price at that moment, and then when I finally had the money for it, I had a beat, and I was like, I could see D Knight on this. And I hit him up, and he said he was down. I sent the bread through, and he had the hook back to me within like 3 days. And shit was crazy hard. And I asked him if he wanted to do a video, and he said he was about it. So we made it happen.
What's your opinion on the current state of hip hop? What do you think could change to make things better in the industry?
The way hip hop is like, a lot of people like don't understand it. Just like with Eminem, in my personal opinion, Eminem came in and he changed the game and he was great with it. But as years go on, the sound of music changes. You know what I'm saying? Like people have their own sound, and the way that they used to rap back in the 90s and shit is not the same way that we rap midday. Rap and music itself always changes, and I think we're in a good direction. I mean, it's not like, you know, the old music that used to be around, but I think we're going in a good direction.
All right. You got anything you want to plug, Spade?
I think I'm Gucci, brother.
You are expecting to drop a new song here soon, Chasing Closure. When do you think
So
that's going to come out?
I'm gonna say around like October, November, around there, because I really wanna push it. But I'm dropping Hopeless August 25th with the music video that singing shit I'm on. That's dropping August 25th, and then after that I'm gonna start promoting Chasing Closure like a motherfucker, because I want Chasing Closure to go crazy.
Bet. All right. Well, if you guys didn't catch it live, when this goes up on YouTube, all of Spade's links will be in the description below. His Instagram, his Spotify, his Apple, and his YouTube channel. Appreciate you coming on, man.
I appreciate it, brother. Thank you so much.
No problem. Take it easy.
You too, bro.